Hey guys, this is the Cayem podcast. I am joined today by Shayley Bourget.
What's up?
Bourget. I'm not French, so
Shayley Dayshell Bourget.
Bourget. There you go. That's the proper French term. Your family's French, I'm guessing, right?
My dad's side is French. My mom's side, I think, is primarily German.
German. Okay. So you got all the white stuff.
New York. Sassy.
And I just want to. So I mean, obviously, you have a very rich history with the band of Mice and Men, and also Covette before that, and then now Dayshell. So we're just gonna probably start from the beginning, just to get fans caught up with who you are and hear a little bit more about your life and whatnot, of how you got started into music. So let's just talk about from the very beginning. What was the first sort of stage that you knew you wanted to do music, and what is kind of the first steps you took to joining your first band?
Okay. I think, I grew up with my dad, so he was all about music. He's a musician too. He's all about that. So obviously it was something that I was just, what's the right word? Oh, my phone's going off. Just stuff that I was surrounded by on a daily. Yeah. So I guess this was in my subconscious, but it wasn't until I was I was listening to Blink-182, and I kind of got into that phase after I got over nu metal for the time being. Mm-hmm. Just put that on hold. We'll get back to that one. But so I was about 14 years old, and I Blink-182 was playing songs that were just fucking campfire chord, the easiest shit ever, right? Mm-hmm. So, and the beats weren't too technical. I mean, I guess what I thought. I don't know. So I decided to get a drum kit, and we were going to start a band and stuff. So I got a drum kit for Christmas and started drumming and learned my beats. Got the little 4/4 going on, blah, blah, blah. But my buddy, Chris Lorkovic at the time, he could play the drums better than me. Mm-hmm. So I was like, well, fuck, man. Let me see if I can learn something on guitar. So that day, it was the turning point, because I learned 3 songs. I learned a Weezer song, Hash Pipe. I learned two Blink-182 songs, and I was like, holy shit, I can play guitar. And I was playing the song. It hurt my fingers, but I was able to get at least a couple rotations through, Yeah. And that was basically where it all triggered, where I found something that was less physically demanding, because I wasn't really an athlete. I tried to be, and I was in Taekwondo, but I was always I was the small guy, So I finally found something that size didn't matter. And nothing mattered, just rock and roll, baby. So I just capitalized on that, and before you know it, I was just networking with kids around town and starting to write my own songs, and really started to dive into that. Played the talent show, and started a band, Covette. Covette starts, and it's just a bunch of kids. I wasn't singing at the time. Mm-hmm. At the time, we were trying to find singers, but I was writing these songs. I was understanding how to write songs, and that was that. But I was hearing melodies in my head. I just was too afraid and ashamed to sing, and I just really didn't want to. Another thing, even to this day, I can't stand being a singer.
Really?
It is the most scariest, demanding thing and position in a band. Mm-hmm. Everything affects your voice. You're a human being, Yeah. You can walk down the same trail 100 times, and each time being different. You know what I mean? So same thing goes for, singing. Every night's a different night. So if you fuck up or you're sick, it's just too much. And having to be that guy in the front, it just wasn't my plan of attack. But throughout Covette, we were looking for singers, and then we scored somebody that was good enough, and I was like, hell yeah! And we got a recording coming up. So he's gonna do it for free, guys. 5 songs for free, live demo. We're that badass. So we do it, but we didn't do the singing live. We did the music live, and then we did the singing afterwards. And I did the harmonies because I was trying to help him out, and he's like, "You should do it." That night, after we did that, after he was in the band, he calls me up and he's like, "Yo, dude, I got some bad news." I'm like, "What?" He's like, "I'm leaving the band." I'm like, we just got back from the studio, bro. What the fuck? Are you serious? This sucks. And he's like, yeah, but he's like, dude, I'm gonna tell you something. I'm like, what? He's like, your voice is so much more powerful than mine, dude. I really think you should stick at it, and you can be a singer one day, really good. Even right now, you're better than me. He was lifting me up. I'm like, really?
Did you believe him? Or were you a little is this guy just saying this so it's easier for him to dip out?
I think that he just, he validated my subconscious and what I was supposed to do.
Okay.
And that those
so you had a
things-
hunch.
Yeah, I had a hunch that I was writing melodies and I was writing lyrics and I was figuring out catchy melodies faster than people and you know, my inspirations were from other places too. Like these people that sing the way they sing, mine were from like classic rock and like, you know, whatever. And I was really into Glassjaw at the time too. So, yeah, after that, it was like, yo, guys, like, we don't have a singer. He says that I should try to sing. I'm like, I'm just going to try. Like, everybody was opposed to it. I was like, well, hey, guys, you can get mad at me all you want, but do you have a singer in mind? No. So if we want to do something, it has to get done. So I will fucking be the guy that makes an ass out of himself and see if something happens. I mean, I just got to try. I mean, you weren't good at drums when you woke up, you know, like, you know what I mean? Like, so before you knew it, it started to just kind of make sense. And then I think it was within like 2 months, we recorded our first Covet EP, which is on iTunes still today.
Yeah.
And I was literally a singer for about 2.5 months before I recorded that. Thus, you can tell it's a horrible recording. There is auto-tune on my voice. But here's the thing about it. There was something about that recording was just the reason why I even do this still today. You know, just because I got to hear myself back, it sounded semi-professional, and yeah, you know, that's basically how Covet did it. And then we got signed, yada yada yada. I met some of the most important people in my life that taught me everything about production and just working hard and playing hard and always being on the game. And some advice that I didn't take seriously at the time and didn't until recently. You know, so. Yeah, we did that. We got signed, and then it fell apart. The label wasn't very... It was like a sister label, Warner Brothers, co-owned by, like, the son of Hurley was running it. And it just kind of, like... Bust the Fall was on the label. A couple, like, Closure in Moscow was on it. Mind you, we were, like, kids still. We were, like, 17, 16 years old. Yeah. So we were on a label, like, in high school when I was leaving, going crazy. On tour. Getting picked up. I got picked up the last day of my senior year in my van and trailer, and we just went on tour. It was like that's insane. The most badass thing you could possibly do. You know,
what a summer break,
right? Later, like, fuckers.
Yeah, I'm gonna go see the world, man. That's crazy. And it's so crazy that you have that story of like, you know, like trial run. You sound like it was like just like a crapshoot of like whether you'd be a vocalist or not, but like you ended up, you know, doing some amazing things in the vocal department. So, I mean, that's just crazy to me. I was going to ask about your vocal technique and whatnot, because I mean, I feel like you're not just an average singer. You're a very good singer. So I wanted to ask about like, where did you get your vocal technique from? Because in general, I think that you also stood out from the rest of the metalcore and these clean vocalists because you had a very distinct sound that didn't sound like you were trying to do what Tyler Carter was doing or what Johnny Craig was doing. You had your own style and no one really even touched that. So how did you develop a style for yourself vocally?
Well, I think there's like a few artists in my initial like blossoming of my, you know, vocal career. But it was Daryl Paloma from Glassjaw was a very humongous influence for me because at that time he was it was like the best singer in his style of vocals. This is all as I say is like the best singer, super sick.
Yeah.
Like his recordings at that time, that's what I as a kid was taking it. But it was giving me confidences and like, well, I'm learning too. And if he's like really good and I want to be that good, and I love how he like bends his vowels and he kind of just really just flips off vocabulary without even saying it. Like he's defying it all. And it's so original and it's so refreshing and intimidating. He's like, he 1 minute can sound like a little kid and then get really harsh and screaming. Like there was just so much about that singer. And, you know, of course, even Anthony Green stepped into my world when I was I remember I'll never forget the first time I heard his fucking voice. I was at my bus stop and this girl's like, yo, check this band out. And I heard it and I was like, this is Rush. Because I was a Rush, so influenced by Rush too. And that, if you want to talk about my guitar playing, that's where it all comes from. But, you know, as I love the high voice in a lot of sense, and then I was like, whoa, this is like a modern day fucking Geddy Lee, but he almost sounds better. You know, like,
yeah, he's insane.
You know, and that's where I wanted to be high. You know, I wanted to sing my highs, and you know, Daryl Paloma from Glassjaw, Anthony Green, it was, and there was like 2 more, and then there was Christian from Blindside was the guy that taught me. How see all these influence I like literally if they all had a baby, like it would probably be me because I'm like So Christian from Blindside, there was that screaming yell, no pitch thing that he would do, and it would just express so much emotion, more than a scream could ever do, because there's an actual note. It's like adolescence, and like you're really crying.
Yeah.
You're trying to sing, at least he's trying to sing right there.
Yeah.
So I ended up capitalizing on that, and it took me years to fucking master that.
Mm-hmm.
But that, and then of course Chino from the Deftones teaching me how to sing smooth and soft and slow over parts. So put all those things into a pot. This is what you get. Me.
Yeah. That's crazy. What was your local scene like? I mean, you talk about how your last day of high school you're touring that's not just, you're making it sound like it's casual, but that's pretty huge deal, especially. Yeah. So what was your local scene back? Was there some backlash with that, or what other bands were taking off and in your area, and how did that affect your community? Well,
when we started a band, when Covette formed, there was a little bit of a little scene, there was a little bit. We had Yesterday's Rising. Yesterday's Rising was right before Covette, so they pretty much owned it all for all the bros, for everyone. I mean, they were just the badasses, and they got picked up quite quick, after releasing their first self-released, EP, and moved on to signing to labels. So we were like right behind them. But the thing about what Covette did is Covette never asked for money. All we wanted to do was fucking rock and roll. So let's go down to your lake bottom, get us a fucking little plywood stage, and let's fucking rock and roll. So we were just building a scene when we were kids. We didn't have it, so we had to make it. Like there was one time where we needed actually to make money. We were about to go on tour, and we didn't have money, and we had to drive all the way up to Canada, and we're thinking like, oh, we're gonna need like $600, $700 in gas. Like this is ridiculous. This is when gas price was like $4.50 too.
Yeah,
and we ended up throwing a Halloween show. We only had a week to promote it. Mind you, I lived literally like fucking like 200 yards from the school, my high school. So we had a week to promote it. We promoted it. Like 250 people showed up. We made like $1,000.
Hell yeah!
And I was just showing it, and just we're flipping everybody off like this is happening. Like but yeah, the local scene was very small to none. But it was just like, and I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but we threw those shows. We did the skate park shows. We did these. We got the friends that gave us the lake bottom shows. Not all of them, but majority of all those really great fucking nights that people remember in there, Covette was there, and it was a lot because Covette was doing it. So like, that's just basically like what we had to do, or at least I felt I needed to do in order to live my little immature fantasy of being a little rocker. We had to make it, and who fucking cares if the cops come? Like. I guess you can say I was just a little ballsy, but not really. I don't know.
Well, I mean, so Covette ended up doing. You said Warped Tour. We were talking about Warped Tour before this. You're saying with Yesterday's Rising.
No, we didn't do Warped Tour.
But you ended up going
on tour. Our very first tour was with Yesterday's Rising. Yes, they took us out.
Yeah. So, what was that like? Did you have kind of an ego in a sense, like because you're so young? I just imagine anyone that's that young touring. You just kind of have like this inflated chest, like, hey, I'm this young, I'm doing this, I'm traveling the country, going on substantial tours. Or did that happen later in your career with maybe of Mice when that stuff got bigger? Or
dude,
how did that go?
That's never affected me like
really?
That. It was more so. Well, here's the thing that gets into it too is because if I didn't have these certain like, demons or whatever you want to call them, like this anxiety and depression that I've been dealing with my whole life, I bet you I probably would have been cocky and like just living, and I probably would have had everything to fucking prove about it too, like hell yeah, and I would have been better. But these things holding me back really kept me kind of like more confined and separated, so I never really had that big chest. I mean, there's probably times and moments where I looked proud and confident, but no, it was just more, I was thankful, I was excited, but I was still confused. Like, I was so young, and I was poor. I mean, we were going on tour, we didn't get guarantees, we didn't get buyouts. When we went on tour, there was nothing. We barely even had a sidekick phone. We had to print out our fucking shit. Like, we toured the rough life.
Yeah.
Like, nowadays, if you have a phone and you're complaining because it took you to the wrong address, just suck it up and die.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
So there wasn't Google Maps back then. That wasn't a guarantee.
It was MapQuest and print those fucking sheets out, dude.
We sound so old, by the way. We sound so old, but that really was like.
I'm glad I was a part of that because, dude, if I didn't have that sucks, dude. Like, we understood appreciation, and even that, the fact that we got a map to print it out is considered to people that actually had to go either go buy a map or just
Yeah, triptychs and shit.
Yeah,
like
or
that.
ask people the whole way there.
Yeah, deal with more of redneck America than you guys had to. I mean, there's already crazy stories, I'm sure, but I mean, imagine no GPS, not even MapQuest, not any of that. Like, you would literally have to interact more so with these crazy parts of America in the sticks. That's hilarious. So I kind of want to talk about what kind of mistakes did you make as a younger individual touring?
Mistakes, fuck.
Some things you regret. I
Well,
guess.
definitely, like, dude, the for me, there's like, just drinking. Like, that's just basically it. That's the core of like what people would say a lot of mistakes
Yeah.
come from. So I could tell you a bunch of mistakes, but I'll tell you I probably was drunk when I was doing that. So if I was not drunk, I wouldn't even have those mistakes. You know what I mean? Like, so just drinking. I mean, there's one night. I mean, I was I was a decent like alcoholic before I got injured and before I started. I guess I was an alcoholic, but I wasn't. If somebody really said stop, I could stop. I wasn't dependent on it. I just wanted to have fun.
Yeah, always.
Because I was young and I wasn't hungover,
Yeah.
Like, so, but it wasn't until I injured my back where I started to use it as a product of like just a Band-Aid, and it definitely like ultimately just caught up, and it was just making it worse. Every day was just getting worse off of it. So like, yeah, just the drinking and yeah, that's the root of all mistakes that I've ever made. I mean, it turned me into like a monster, and maybe not seen by people. I'm not like I'm like breaking or beating the shit out of people, but just a dark person that so like selfish at times and selfless at times. Like, it's just like the most confusing thing that it can turn you into, and it's like the downward spiral. And it wasn't until I turned 30 where I realized that I'm done with that mistake. That has been my mistake for the past 8 years. So I'm done. So that's when I just said it. Like, turned 30 and I was like, party's over, dude.
And what's changed for you since doing that? That's a big step. I mean, that's a huge part of what you've known.
What's changed is, I don't know. Like, life is definitely, it's almost like it's like a flood. It's like, you've been suppressing so much shit for so long, and you've been living in denial for so long that it doesn't happen overnight. You go through an emotion after you're like sober enough. You go through so many emotions, but once you get through that little like getting used to like, okay, this is just how it's gonna be. Like, deal with it. I lost my train of thought. What was I saying?
You were just saying it was like a flood.
Oh yeah, it was like a flood. So like by the time it hit me, it's like there's so many things that I was just like in denial about, like that. And I'm not saying about myself, but things that were happening around me that I'm just seeing so clear now. And it's like a rush. It's just like,
wow.
Oh my God, like I'm so mad and I'm so happy that I understand now. and why is this people in my life? And why did I let all these people control me and make the way fuck them? Like, dude, I'm just like, no, this is my life. Nobody can like. Why did I feel for so many years that I was living for everyone else except myself? It's because these people made you feel this way, yes, but I should have been strong enough to have been like, okay. You know what I mean? Like, it was something I had to learn, but alcohol was blinding me from that, so.
Yeah.
Everything's changed, dude. I'm like a completely different person. Like, I'm still learning, I'm still getting better, and I'm still trying to brush off all these, bad cobwebs that I have on me, but each day is getting better, and I'm getting closer to just at least self-satisfaction by any means, or by minimum means, or however you want to fucking say it. I can't talk, dude. I smoked before this.
So, well, I mean, it's interesting that you bring that up because, I mean, coming from where you've been, I mean, you've interacted with thousands and thousands and thousands of people, and there are these cobwebs that you probably aren't even aware of, that, like, that was their one interaction with you.
Oh, yeah.
Is that hard to come to terms with?
Yeah, there's been times where I feel like I could have been better to these people. They didn't need to see that guy. And, we're just guilt and just a shame just settles in. Like, yeah, I feel it all, dude. It's a rush of every mistake that I've done in my life. Like, I just feel like I'm now like facing it again. In a sense, like, of course I feel it when it happens and it makes me depressed, but then I drink to shred it off,
Yeah.
And then before you know it, I forget about it. And then now it's just like, no, dude, like, you need to really understand that that's not the person you want to be. And I'm not saying I'm doing anything bad. I'm just like for me, I feel like there's like I know who I should be, And I know that I haven't been the person I should be, like, for however many years, you know?
Yeah.
And it's just crazy to be woke and just, like, realize, hey, it's almost like you're just being completely honest with yourself. You are, you know, that's what you need to do. Self-awareness is, like, my biggest fucking focus, and self-awareness are, like, my two favorite words for the year, like, that I need to live by. Like, and those are so powerful if you really think about them, you know?
I kind of want to talk about anxiety and depression and all this, because I feel like touring, and this is a conversation that is almost leaked its way into every single podcast I've had with anyone that's been in a band, is does touring make it better or worse when you're on the road? And I think I've gotten it's almost 50-50 response right now. I've heard that it kind of masks the anxiety and depression, like, oh, you're so busy, go, that you kind of mask it. But at the same time, like, there's so much downtime where you're in your own head while you're touring. What do you think of that?
I think that it's different for each individual, for sure. I think that a lot of people have anxiety for other reasons. You know, for instance, like, people that have anxiety for just having anxiety, but they're successful and they're touring and they're selling, they're making money, and then they go on tour, and then their anxiety probably roots from not being on tour and not feeling validated and not efficient. And so they get on tour and it masks it for them. And, you know, for me, my depression comes from physical pain, just the abuse and shit that I had to deal with throughout my life, and, like, you know, all that. I'm losing my train of thought, dude.
No, you're all right.
It's just a lot of words, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, for me, touring is just every day is different for me. It could be a good day or a bad day. So, like, for my anxiety, I just have it now. It is just, like, something that I've had to just come to terms with. I've tried to take medication, but I have an addictive personality, so I try to avoid doing anything crazy. But, you know, I don't know, dude. I think that it's just, my anxiety just roots from I'm not where I want to be, and until I'm there, I'm gonna be anxious. And I'm not only where I'm not where I want to be, but I've been putting it off for years. Like, I guess for you, saying, if you're asking me where my anxiety and depression roots from right now, is probably the fact that I'm mad at myself and somewhat depressed, but I'm suppressing it. I mean, I'm not depressed, but, you know, I have trails of thoughts like that, you know, here and there, you know, throughout the night. But yeah, if you're asking me right now, it wouldn't matter if I was on the road or at home, because no matter where I am, I want to be somewhere else. Yeah, I'm fighting to be somewhere else, and I'm mad, and, like I said, I'm flooded with so many emotions, so I can't even fucking decipher them. That's why I might sound like mumbo jumbo, because I don't even know what the fuck's going on upstairs half the time. I'm really just overwhelmed with so much clarity that it's blurry.
Okay, I hear what you're saying. It's gonna take some time to digest and sink in.
Yeah.
Because it's new. It's all very new for you. So one thing, I mean, what I want to know is, so do you think it's gotten better, or do you think it's gotten worse? Your anxiety, your depression. Do you think it's gotten better or worse since being out?
I think it's gotten better to the sense where, like,
I'm out of it completely, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, I think
when you're off.
I think it's gotten better in a sense that I'm able to maintain it without alcohol.
Okay.
So that, in a sense, I think a huge step in the right direction. But ultimately, dude, sometimes, like, as psychotic as this sounds, it's like it might just be like, this is what I'm supposed to feel like. Yeah. In order to connect, and it better pay the fuck off, though. That's all I'm saying. But maybe this is what I'm supposed to feel, because I'm so honest with my music. I don't write shitty songs, and I wouldn't let it be released if I didn't say it's good enough, you know, or at least I tried my best, you know, and with the circumstances. But, you know, I don't know, dude.
So did you go through AA, or did you do this yourself, cold turkey?
Straight up, dude. Wow. I just woke up one day. I mean, if anybody wants to know the story, I was just hammered, like, going through another binger. It was, you know, it was like I just turned 30, and we were on tour, and we were supposed to play a show, but I woke up with this bleeding in my stomach. Ambulance came, blah, 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 blah. I'm getting in the ambulance car. I mean, mind you, I've been in the hospital probably, like, 15 times prior to this alcohol addiction problem. Nobody knows about that, but now you guys all know. I'm not even lying though. I'm so used to it. I've had alcoholic seizures. I've almost died plenty of times. Like literally saw death right in front of me.
All because of alcohol.
All because of this fucking shitty ass motherfucking thing that not that I blame anybody but myself, but thanks Daddy for telling me to grab you a cold one every night.
Yeah.
You know?
Fuck. It's insane.
That's one thing too. If you have kids, I mean as kids, please like don't introduce them to alcohol.
Yeah.
Like you don't know. A lot of people can handle it, but there might be that gem like me that just can't.
Mm-hmm.
And ultimately will die if he doesn't stop. So, but hey, at least I fucking woke up. But hey, dude, you never know though. See, here's the scary thing about alcoholics, dude. You never know what can trigger me to say, I'm going to give up all the hard work that I did right now. And because fuck everybody else, I'm so tired and sick of this. Like, but dude, it's just a matter of waking up and being self-aware. Like, where am I? What am I doing? How far have I come? What would it be like if I were to go backwards right now? Horrible. All it would do is nothing. You got to just, it's insane, dude. And like, it's just focus. And then that ties in with focus. You got to be focused. You got to focus. You can't break focus because if you do, see, music's keeping me sane too in the mountains. So like, I'm thankful for that. So, but yes, my solace, definitely my space, like that has the least anxiety is probably just next to my studio.
Yeah.
By myself,
And we're in a very peaceful location. A lot of people don't know probably about Idyllwild, but Idyllwild is like, I guess, like 45 minutes outside of Palm Springs in the mountains. So talk about this city and what it's done for you and how it's peaceful for you.
Well, I've always liked Idyllwild. I've come up here on like little school trips and stuff when I was a kid. My mom used to live up here. She got married up here once. It was a very beautiful wedding. It was like snowing and shit in the backyard.
That's awesome.
Like she was in an actual like Lincoln log cabin house, like the Lincoln logs, like straight up. It was so badass. So I'd come up here quite a bit, and I grew up in the mountains. My dad used to take me up there all the time, to get wasted, or he would, and I'd just go cliff jumping in the river or whatever, So I really in touch with that, and I know that is peace, like that. If anybody says otherwise, like this is true peace. Like the wind through the trees is the most peaceful sounding thing, and rain, you know. But imagine wind and rain going through the trees. Night.
It's like so quiet up here. Like just even like the dead silence, like in breaks of when we're talking, I'm just like, it's like so quiet. I think it's awesome though.
But the people are cool. Like I was telling you, like I haven't really had any problems, just a few bad days. Oh, this one girl was funny. This one lady, I'm not even going to say it. She just worked at a place, so nobody can pinpoint it.
They want to get sued on here.
Me and Shippy were walking in there to buy something, and again, back with my anxiety, like I don't wake up every day and want to start dealing with people. I'll wake up on a bad day and I just want to get in and get out.
Yeah.
Lay my head low, So I'm having one of those days. And of course, like I go over there and this lady's just not, it looks like she ain't having it. And I'm like, oh man, please just, God, let me just go.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden she says something. She looks at me and she goes, I'm sorry. I'm just having another case of the Murphy's effect. And I'm like, what? So I had to look it up. And I guess it's when it's like everything bad keeps happening to you or some shit. I don't know. But yeah.
Interesting.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I was like, well, nice to see you too.
Yeah. Jeez. Thank you for that. Yeah. Great customer service.
Now I'm confused all day.
Yeah.
Until I look it up.
I know. She probably does that just to like have the upper hand. Like, I'm probably the only person in this fucking city that knows what Murphy's, whatever the fuck. Like, just have the upper hand.
Yeah, right.
The intellectual upper hand. All right. Well, one thing I want to talk about is so you had the departure from your old band of Mice. You formed that. Well, actually, let's talk about that. How did you meet the guys in Of Mice and all that? How did that happen from Covette to Of Mice? Actually,
my only like relations or anything with that band was Tino, and he was in a band called Lower Definition. I was in a band called Covette, yeah, and we were playing local shows together. So he's known of my voice. They needed a singer, and they hit me up actually prior. They needed a singer, and he hit me up. And he's like, "Yo, you interested?" He's all trying to make it look good. I'll remember. He's all like, "Yo, dude." I'm in this new band, dude, with Austin Kyler, X Tac. Like, dude, it's gonna be a band. We're gonna be touring, money, everything, bro. You in?
Money, everything.
I'm all, yeah, dude. Like, send me some songs or let me know when I need to go try out. Like, I mean, I'm not really doing anything. So he kind of just like dissipated and went nowhere. And I'm like, okay, whatever. Well, then I'm just gonna make a new band. And I just made this band Chapters, and we did a little EP, played some shows, and then I got the call all right, he hit me up again. He's like, yo, dude, so the guy that we ended up going with, like, sucks. He's a sucky person and he sucks. He's like, do you wanna come try out? And I'm all, yeah, dude. I mean, you know, it just seemed like it was an opportunity, you know, not to like bail out on my boys, but I mean, whatever.
Yeah.
I told them all, dude, I did band Covette. We did this band with you guys. Like, if I get a better opportunity, I'm gonna go. I'm not fucking stuck with you guys. You know what I mean? Like, that's how I was at that point in time. I wasn't really like committed to anything, but I was just trying to have fun.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so I went there and I tried out. I remember I was wearing like, I was like rocking this Dean guitar, fucking like Flying V that I got at a pawn shop. Like, I don't know why I brought that guitar. Hear me out. This is what I'm wearing. I'm wearing fucking like cut off jean blue faded ass shorts, like short.
Yeah, there you go. Sorry, just so they can hear. You're wearing cut off
jeans, like for shorts, and they're pretty short. I'm wearing sandals, and I'm wearing a American Eagle, like pink faded, like V-cut, cut off V-cut shirt, and I'm just like mobbing in there all suntanned and just lake bottomed out, you know, just fucking yeah. And I'm just like playing their songs. I'm like, damn, dude. And remember that they sent me like these fucking demos, and they were fucking horrible, like because they were just like live recordings with like one mic in a room, and I'm like, shit. How are you? And you know what they told me to do? I'm like, yo, you guys want me to learn some songs? I'm like, you only sent me like 2. They're like, well, here's the name of here's some videos, and they send me live videos of when they played a show. I guess they played some shows before I joined, and he wanted me to learn the songs off the live video that someone took of them jamming at a crappy ass fucking festival. And I'm like, but I did it.
I did it. You're like, gosh, this is so horrible, but I did it.
What am I getting myself into, right? I'm all, and I mind you, dude, at that time, dude, those were the shittiest fucking songs I have ever heard in my life. The demos that they sent me, I'm like, what is this pile of shit? Like, where are you guys going? You just go to this part and then nothing, and then why?
Did they scrap those completely?
No, we used them, but here's what happened. Like,
okay. You have to tell us what songs they ended up being.
Yeah. So I was like, you know, I go try out. They literally called me like 2 days later. They're like, you're in. I'm all, really? They're like, yeah, but they're like, we're leaving in a week. And I'm like, so wait a second. So I'm in the band. I'm leaving. I'm going to Connersville, Indiana, and I'm going to record an album. Right after that album, I'm going on a full 1.5-month tour, and then I'm going to have a week off and go on another 2-month tour. I'm like, oh, man, life's begun.
Yeah.
So I was just like, hell yeah, let's go. So we go down. we go, and, you know, the majority of the songs were like written rhythmically. Okay. So I just did my best as a vocalist, you know, to do my part, but there was no fucking leads. So I think every song, all the leads are me. Like, and I'm not even a lead guitar player. You know, not to put shame on Phil, like he's not a good guitar player. It was just, I don't know, like at that certain time, I just kind of just took that reign. You know, I'm a very creative person, so like give me the fucking ring, I'm gonna fucking spin around, you know?
Yeah.
Like, so yeah, that's basically how that started, dude. That was an interesting.
So you had to write those. How many demos were they, and what songs did those end up being?
Well, one of them was like John Dutoit,
okay.
The Battle of Tommy Clayton. That one had no lead in anything. Like I was like, dude, this sucks. You know, like, let's put something in here. I can't think of.
You're like, I can't remember any more songs.
Well, whatever. Almost all of them. Like, to be honest, every song. Like, like Still You Diggin'? Like, all those, like, ambient, minor, major. Yeah. I'm the one that introduced major and started to get them all in that new metal kick.
Oh,
you know,
like,
yeah. That's where they started to do that. Yeah, so pretty much everything, all the songs I did leads, but I believe, what was it? This One's For You. Joey wrote that song. Okay. Musically. I wrote my lyrics in melody.
Sturgis, right?
Yeah, Sturgis. So that was the only song because we needed one more song. Yeah. You know, so I was like, you just write one. If you really listen to that song this day and age, a lot of those songs on the first album, you're just like, was this a song or was this just like a collaboration of other songs just cropped together? I swear to God. It blows my mind. Like one singing part at the end for like 10 seconds. Really? Why
you're like,
though?
what is this? Yeah. Well, so you guys wrote a lot then at Sturgis' studio for that record then, mostly?
Yeah.
In Michigan? Was he in Michigan at the time, or was he somewhere
else? He was in Connersville, Indiana.
Okay, Indiana. I know he's got like a huge compound, like essentially what you're saying, your mom got married in, like a huge Lincoln Log style mansion in like Michigan, I think.
I seen that. I'm like, you fucker.
Yeah. But it's so weird that no one really goes to Sturgis anymore. I feel like he does all the underground stuff now.
He doesn't do it. I asked him. I'll ask him again right now. Joey,
what are you
please?
doing?
No, he told me. He's like, dude, honestly, like, and I don't blame him. I mean, I don't know word for word, but he says so take it lightly. But he was just like, I was emailing him, and he was just like, honestly, man, like, I just don't really want to do bands right now. I make enough money just doing like what I'm doing right now with these, probably like what I think he was referring to, like his plugins and all that stuff. And I'm like, understandable, because dude, knowing Joey, he's very, keep to himself as well. Just because he records bands doesn't mean he's like outgoing, but he is outgoing. But to be in a confined space with all these fucking bands, which 4 of them don't even need to be there because they're not even fucking doing anything except playing Call of Duty and like whatever, like so like I understand, like. So, but still, like, come on, dude, record my band.
Yeah, especially the hands he was dealt with. Like, I feel like you guys were all pretty outrageous back then. Like, he got in with you guys, which is some personalities, and then also Asking Alexandria. It's definitely some personalities. Icy Stars, right? Like, I mean, all these kind of like
wasn't it like We Came as Romans?
Yeah, We Came as
Romans. That was the factory shop. That was the shop, dude. That was in 2010 or was it 2009? I think 2014. It was like. You're a factory. Release your album, go cycle, get back to Joey's. Go cycle, get back to Joey's. Go cycle. Like everybody was
the
just
compound.
It was, like, I swear that was how it was ran, like Rise Records, and it was seriously. Whoops,
and it worked.
Keep forgetting. Seriously, yeah, it worked.
Mm-hmm. It's amazing. Yeah, I mean, it's just kind of interesting how it's like now it's like. I guess Eric Ron is a huge producer right now, and then also whoever's doing all of he's in New Jersey. He's done like Silent Planet and Counterparts and Architects not North Lane. I don't know why his name's escaping me right now. Anyways, there's kind of you can go to anyone now. It's kind of like, I mean, there are 2 or 3 big producers, but Sturgis is just. Not in the mix, which I think is so interesting because he was the foundational sound of like what Rise core quote unquote back then. So I just think that's so interesting that this not only have bands evolved, but production has evolved. And I don't know, what do you think of that evolution? Like where music's at right now?
Ooh, well, that you're kind of vague on that.
Like with production, like, do you think production's gotten better or different, or how has it gotten different? I guess.
Well, I think that I'm hearing some recordings, but here's the thing: I don't really follow it, and ever since I like kind of got out of the whole of Mice and Men world,
yeah.
When I joined the Mice and Men world, my brain was all in. I was a sponge. I wanted to learn metal. I never wrote metal in my life before I joined that band. So when we did The Flood, I had to fucking really think, and go. All right, I gotta write cheesy breakdowns. How do I do this?
Google.
Yeah. So 0 Okay, no, just kidding. But I don't know, dude. I mean, if you're referring to like the mixes of music and stuff and production value, I think that everybody's really trying to capitalize on the amphitheater kind of feel, and do more big choruses and less kicks. I mean, at least of the people that are trying to go mainstream, like but here's the thing: it's basically, and I hate to say this, but whatever Bring the Horizon does, everybody wants to try to be.
Yeah, that's true.
It's like they say this is what's cool, and then you guys need to try.
Yeah.
But we were the top dogs. Congrats to them. They capitalized on it. For me though, I don't follow no formula, and that's the thing that I've been learning, and I've been really, really like starting to accept even more and more. My whole life I've been different. That's why I sing different. That's why I'm obsessed with being an individual and being my own. Because if I'm anything like anybody else, I'm fake.
Yeah.
So it's an obsession for me to be as far for them as possible. I'm not saying it reflects all of my music like it's the most original thing you ever heard, but you can tell that I'm definitely trying to do my own pocket of music with my influences. So, but yeah, I don't know. I try to I don't even really listen to anything anymore, dude, to be honest.
You're just recording a lot.
I said, I'm recording, and then I'm just finding some random awesome music outside of the realm that I'm writing, and I'm trying to incorporate these songs that I would never even like probably listen to, but there's just something about it, that the tempo or something that inspires me. And right now I'm writing. I used to write, like when we did the first album, I was writing, I was always in this like 1 to 130 BPM, and now I'm like at like anywhere from 80 to like 150 pocket. So like
it's expanding.
I know that may not sound that insane, but I mean it really does changes the whole feel and tempo of how to go about writing a heavy song at a different tempo. So yeah, I think the tempo's ever changing too. That's what happens. People get over a certain kind of tempo, like the standard pop rock tempo is like a 130, 120 zone. When you get this EDM shit, you're going 90, 80.
Yeah.
And it's this pocket of how people want to dance, and then, that's why I think, another thing, back to Bring Me the Horizon. It's almost like they're thinking that, and it's very smart, when it comes to capitalizing on a larger scale or demographic. So I'm trying to do that too, because I don't, there's no set boundaries for Dayshell anymore. By the way, nobody knows, we are no longer on a label.
Announcement.
Announcement. We left Spine Farm, or we parted ways, however you want to look at it. No big deal, no hard feelings, just moving on. But positive thing about that is I'm free.
Yep.
And another positive thing about this is that however you want to look at it, ever since Dayshell has started and been a band, and we've never made a dime really, dude. It's just been constant bad luck of shitty people that work with us, or shitty managers or booking agents or labels not getting back to us, blah, 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 switching labels, never fucking ended. Best friends fucking you over, whatever have you, dude. But so I finally just, after I stopped drinking, which just kind of reflects on everything too, is after I had to stop drinking in order to really kick things into gear. But I've lost everything. So, right, not everything. I'm still touring. I still got my fan base. I still got a lot of things going for me. But with you, in a sense of what the music industry might see, this guy's fucked. He doesn't. Yeah, fuck you. I don't need your petty ass fucking pity. Nah, dude. But I'm free. So when it comes to writing music now, dude,
it's a lot more enjoyable.
Obviously, I'm smart when it comes to. I'm not gonna just go far left or far right all of a sudden.
Yeah.
But I'm able to just be I don't care, and I can release music when I want. I can do whatever I want. We can go about. We can make campaigns. We can do all this fucking crazy shit and keep kids influence all on our own fucking dollar and own fucking clock.
Yeah.
Nobody else telling us what to do, because everybody thinks there's a specific formula you got to fucking do.
Yeah.
And it's not true. It's just people are afraid to branch out.
Yeah.
And dude, if the internet's just constantly changing, you might as well just try to be innovative too and just fucking change it up too.
Yeah.
What do I have to lose?
Yeah, one of my friends, Josh, he was in a band called Micah Relocate, and he was telling me that the metal industry could learn a lot from hip hop, because hip hop, they release free mixtapes about every 4 or 5 months, and how that puts an advantage over metal, because it takes a year and a half, sometimes bands take 2 or 3 years to put out another record. And in that time, you have so much dead time, essentially, that you're just, fans are slowly forgetting about you. And with being on an independent cycle, like you're saying, you have the freedom to release music more often. Or here's a single, maybe not a full EP every 4 months.
Well, this is funny you got into that, because it's really, really, this is what I really want to talk about.
Okay.
If I want to talk about anything, it's the fact that I am free.
Yeah.
And I'm fucking sober. I'm fucking clear, blah, 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 blah. Shit happens. But, dude, what your friend said was 100% right. Not only can you learn from that, but there's also a problem here. For one, it goes back to following the formula. That's how it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
You write an album, you go into a studio with 1 song, 2 songs, you have the producer write all the rest, and you guys pump out an album, you cross your fucking fingers, shove them up your fucking ass, and go tour on it for a year, and then go back and do it again.
Yeah.
But why that's a formula is, for one, that's what they think's right, and there's another reason why that's always happening in the metal industry, or whatever, heavy alternative, is because rap artists and these people doing hip hop and stuff, they're collaborating with people, so they're able to fucking drop songs quicker and faster. So why not do this? Why not give them a free fucking mixtape? Who cares? Tomorrow I'm gonna fucking freestyle some more shit over my other boys beat that's even better, and we'll put that on the album.
Yeah.
So what they're doing is they're able to just talk their shit on any fucking buddy's fucking beat and release it. Now in the rock world, it's completely different. Like I said, most majority bands will go in there not prepared and only have a few songs. The vocals is never finished. You'll never find a band that's fucking ready. At least as ready as fucking me when I go into the studio, motherfucker. So they cross their fingers. They do the whole spiel. Problem is, and this is why nobody's capitalizing on doing what hip hop is doing, is because they fucking can't. They're physically not capable of having the focus to write a fucking sick song and release it whenever they want.
Yeah.
They have to have this budget and this picture painted for them and this somebody leader telling them what to fucking do in order to do it because they lack the focus and possibly the talent. You know, but for somebody like myself that is about to capitalize on that, what you just said, beyond anybody's wildest dreams, because I have nothing to lose and I'm starting with no money, and if I make $1 from this, I win.
You're on the up and up, yeah.
So I'm the kind of guy that writes every day. You know me. Like I'm down in my studio fucking writing, and I'm trying to write the next hit all the time. Now, what if it was possible to just release a single every single month and really focus and hone in on these songs and making them the best they can, not going in the studio for a month and then putting all your fucking chips into one bucket and saying that's what all it is.
Yeah.
And you get an album and that's what you got to tour for. Why should I do that?
Yeah.
Why? Why not every song we make special? Why not I write a song and it's the best that we can do and we really think it's going to hit and kids are going to love it. We do a music video for that song and release it that month.
Yeah.
2 weeks later, we're releasing another single with another music video. Repeat.
Yeah.
Entire year. Whole album, you get to experience it. And as that year goes out, I get better as a musician. I learn more. I get to write better. And before you know it, instead of writing all these songs in fucking January, I get to write them along the way. And they can all be like special and like really thought out. And keep doing that.
Yeah.
If I can do it, who fucking wants an album anymore? I mean, yes, we do. People want records. I understand that. But dude, like, get real. People just want fucking music and they want a visual right the fuck away.
Yeah, you're right.
And if you can do it, then fucking do it. And if you don't got a label telling you what, like, how it should be and how they want to go about it, which, you know, their formulas work and they're smart. But in my position with the amount of talent that I have surrounded by me and how fast I'm learning the recording and all this, it's just like, it's far from not practical. You know, it's the most practical thing I've ever seen in my life. And the fact that I'm so clear and the fact that you said that, it's just like, yeah, that's why aren't people doing that? Because they can't.
Yeah. And that was the problem his band was having too, is he's like, oh man, we're like label, blah, blah, blah. It's a problem because, and the other thing too, is I think you have a lot of underqualified management and or label owners that are just following the footsteps of people bigger than them, you know, like
all the time.
Yeah.
That's all I do. That's all I've ever dealt with was these fucking, the punching bags, I like to call them.
Yeah.
Guys that just take the bullshit and then give you more shit to fucking hold you over.
Yeah, it's just they're kind of rinsing and repeating what they've heard, and it's because they're insecure and they don't want to take any risks. So that in turn fucks over the band not being able to take any risks and do what their vision is, which sucks.
We wasted an entire year last year with, you know, a management company that didn't take us anywhere. Like, I don't hate them, but there has been so many phone calls where I would call them and be like, dude, my life, like, what are you doing? How come every time I call you, you just say, I don't know? Why don't you just, okay, if you can't do this, please just leave. No hard feelings. It doesn't matter what you say to these people. They're going to do what they do. I'm not saying you fucked me over, but, you know, they could have quit a long time ago. I wasted time in a year, valuable, and they got nothing out of it. They got, you know, we paid them their money, but, you know, like, it's just like that. It's just like I'm so fucking fed up and sick of people. There's no such thing as there's no right or fucking wrong way anymore. It's just how focused are you, how determined are you, and how fucking good are you at your craft. Yeah. Put all those fucking together, and if you have them all, it's guaranteed, dude. I'm not saying my fucking path is guaranteed. Yeah. But I'm gonna win no matter what, even if I'm $1 up more, because I've lost it all. You know, once you fucking lose it all, it's fucking cool. It's a cool feeling, dude. It's like going bankrupt, life-rupt. You're like I go life-rupt, and then here I am. I'm like, well, I get to start over now. Yeah. You know, whatever.
What do you think of bands like? Okay, so like, I mean, you were talking about Attack earlier. Caleb Shomo, he was known for Attack. Starts this project, Beartooth. I was like one of his first interviews ever for Beartooth, and I was like, yeah, like this band is tight because I loved how heavy and aggressive they were and how like just DIY, we don't give a fuck, like they were doing, you know, house show, like they were that was their first music video, was like not a house show but a really small shitty venue. They tore the ceiling fan down from the rafters and shit. I didn't know it was gonna get to the level of big it is now. Yeah. Very surprised. Yeah, what steps do you think he took or that you think you're taking notes on mentally of like, okay, he did that well? What do you think contributed to that success from like coming from, he took that like little platform he had from Attack and just kind of like boosted himself into this like,
Yeah, see, that's funny because I've been trying to analyze that from afar as well. I mean, he's my friend. Like, we don't talk, but, you know, like, when we do cross paths, like, I've known him. We've always really, really sweet to each other. I think, and how I look at things, I always compare, like, to myself. Like, what did I do wrong? You know, like, what did he do that I didn't do? And I think what it really boils down to, and I know he deals with depression. He deals with a lot of things. As well. But
and alcoholism, too.
He quit.
Yeah.
But see, that's one of the things. He quit drinking. And whether he wants to admit it or not, he has a lot more fucking confidence than I do.
Okay.
So confidence is what it is. Dude, it's the same situation. You walk into a room, you see the same girl. Imagine seeing the same girl, identical. One is sitting a certain way. Just straight up, just really looking out there, just really confident. And you see the other one that's kind of like this. Which one do you think is going to...
Say it one more time just so people would say it.
So you walk into a room and there's two girls. One is fucking standing up straight and the other one's slouching. Which one do you think you're going to talk to?
Yeah.
Which one do you think you're going to be more attracted to?
Yeah, standing up straight.
Exactly. So here I am slouching over and there he is standing up straight. Whether his music is good or bad, it didn't matter because he came from a nice... I'm not saying his music's bad. I'm just saying if anybody's looking at it as good or bad, it doesn't matter. It's just... you know, his confidence and his focus, dude. He just went all in, and he did what I'm trying to do in a different sense, you know, and he just fucking went crazy, dude. Like, and it's like it's admirable for sure, and he's definitely like somebody to look up to if you want to look up to somebody that made himself. Life is what you make it, and he made himself, you know, with the fucking downward of like when you lose fucking Austin from your band, everybody's like, oh, the band's over, blah blah blah. The fact that he held it together, you know, same with Mice Man, they're holding it down still.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we're going out of order, but it doesn't really fucking matter. What do you think of because I mean, it's in general, we just started somewhere, so we're making our way somewhere. But what do you think of Mice and Men right now? Because we were talking about this earlier. But yeah, like, what do you think of it now being, I feel like it's a different band than, you know, what most people remember it as with like the Flood and whatnot. So what direction have they gone in without Austin, and what do you think of that?
Well, I think it's funny that even from my departure from the band, I'm a nu metal kid. Like, I mean, if I had to like pick my favorite kind of metal, it'd be nu metal because there's so much other elements in that. I'm not talking like cookie cutter nu metal, like a Limp Bizkit fucking break stuff song, like not that, even though I like that song. Yeah. But I always wanted to be nu metal, and then when I left the band, you can see that they were trying to somewhat dip their toes into it more and more and more and more. Yeah. You know, as it went on, and but yeah, like, what can you do though? You know, in their situation, I give them props for
sure
for sticking through it. But like, what can you do? And if fans are fucking upset, like whatever. But like, dude, this is their job that they've built in their career, and they're still trucking. And Aaron's a great singer, dude. He's not bad at all. Like, and he's cool. He's great at screaming too. I mean, I know now the show. I mean, if you're asking me from an outsider looking, the show definitely lacks a lot of energy it used to have. That's what happens when you play a guitar and sing. That's why I don't do that. That's why. I mean, maybe you should think about doing that, putting down the bass and being a front man. Yeah, making it a show, not just a, you know, like, I don't know, but. Ultimately, I think that the album they just released is probably their strongest album since I left, or at least I mean, not saying the Flood was the best. I'm just saying with Aaron on it, that's my favorite album. Yeah. Interesting. So I'm definitely, I just think it's more, you know, they're just trying to get radio, and if they can get into that market and get another win, dude, I'm more for it, dude. I'd be fucking stoked actually.
Yeah, I mean that's cool because it's. Or
we can do a reunion tour. What up, dude? 10 years coming up.
Here you are going against my fucking plan. But yeah, I mean, that's on the list of things to ask is, would you be open to that?
Yeah, definitely. I think for a 10-year one, I think especially now, you know, I went through so many emotions. I hated Mice Man. I forget them. I hated them. I forget them all along. I just hated myself, you know? So, but I didn't appreciate some of the things that were said and done to me. Don't get me wrong. But forgive and forget. You know, like, whatever, dude. Everybody's, you know, when I left, Austin was really upset. I was just broken, dude, you know? There was no fixing me with that band, so I had to leave. You know, I think that would be really, really, really cool. But it's almost like I wouldn't want to do it without Austin.
Yeah. Oh no. Yeah. I don't think that could be done without Austin.
I mean, I could if we ever like went on a tour. Let's just per se, if the stars aligned and they took us out on tour or something, we opened. Of course, I'll go up and sing a few songs.
Oh yeah. That'd be ideal too.
You know, that'd be cool. But that's up to them.
Yeah.
If you guys want to take us out.
Well, I mean, in general, so I mean, what are your different relationships with these people that are left in the band and Austin? What are your relationships? Who do you talk to the most? Who have you talked to the least? I mean, I know Austin's pretty off the grid. He lives in like Costa Rica right now. When's the last time you've talked to him? I mean, it's probably been a minute, right?
It was funny. Like when we dropped Nexus, I randomly got a text message from Austin, and I randomly got a text message from Alan saying, "Is this still your number?" Funny thing about that, Alan, I never gave you that number.
So where the hell did he get it?
He totally got caught, and I was like, I'm not going to say anything.
Yeah.
But I was like, yeah, this is still my number.
Yeah.
You know, but they were just like congratulating me on like a song that we did, Low Light, and you know, Austin was telling me about a situation, and he told me before anything, and before anybody knew, I talked to him on the phone, and he was just telling me, you know, life, and he's just like, dude, it's just I can't. I have to accept my fate right now. You know, I'm like
physically.
Yeah. I'm like, I understand, because I think he's learned a lot too. I think that, you know, me and Austin were very close when I was in that band. Like, I was a very sensitive person, just like him. So we connected on that level. He was very misunderstood and very confused and being shitty and shady, just like any of us. You know, but it's just weird. You know. So I mean, my terms on them are great. Like Phil, I invited him to come up here to like maybe just jam out and do a song. You know, he said maybe after that whole Australian thing he's doing right now. But yeah, dude. I mean, I'm so over the past. Like, it's just like I would love to just have some fun and just be buddies again. I'm not trying to like get leech off them or anything. I'm just saying in general, because I mean those were very important years of my life, and to like just hang out or something, or jam or share the stage one day again would be kind of just fun. It'd be an anxiety attack for me, but I'd still do it.
I think it'd be a fun anxiety attack. I think that's not only fun for you and the rest of the band, but I think it's more for the fans in general. Like, that's something everyone wants to see. That's a very, I'll say it again. The Flood was a very pivotal record for the scene of metalcore, whatever you'd like to call it, kind of shifting from post-hardcore to metalcore. And I just think that that's something everyone will want to see, and the tweets and all that will come regardless, whether it happens or not. People will be asking for it. But yeah, that's just something I wanted to get off my chest for, my stance on that record specifically, and even the record before that. So, yeah, I mean, that's just take it for what it is. But yeah, I think that's something that people would enjoy.
Yeah, I mean, I want to do it. I think it'd be fun. Even if it was just, like I said, a couple of shows or something. Like, I think we owe it. And if Austin can get back, dude, to do like, if we could do like, dude, I was thinking about it one day. I was like really sitting there like thinking, I'm like, whoa, dude, this could be so much fun. And I'm not talking about like, maybe it'd be huge, maybe it wouldn't. I don't care about the money. I just want to jam with them on stage. I really just want to get up there and feel that music again on stage. Yeah. And jump around. Like, it's like, it's something that just sounds fun, dude. And we could just laugh at each other and how old we got, Like, I mean, thus all of us are looking pretty decent. So I'm actually pretty stoked that we all aging very well. All of you guys, Tino, Philco, Alco, Osco, all of them, dude.
Yeah, Tino, I mean, he got better looking as they got bigger. I'm like, because he was a little chubbier, and then he lost that weight. He's looking good. He's a better drummer, of course, than he was back then. I mean, not that he was bad. He was very good back then, but now he's very clean.
He's learned a better pocket.
Yeah.
I think so.
Very
back
clean.
then, we were always like the first album, we're just like, go for the bells, dude. Hit every zinger.
Yeah, dude. So funny. So yeah, that's interesting. So, another thing I want to talk about is, so it seems like, you have a rebirth, mentally, and it seems like Austin does too, because he's very in tune with, God and Christianity right now. Have you found any sort of newfound faith in anything or anything like that? Spirituality, digging into that?
Yeah. No. Like, I don't mean that in a degrading way, or however you want to say it.
Yeah.
Condescending. Yeah. No, it's just I I want to so bad. I think that it's very. I mean, if I believe in one thing and one thing only, I believe in reincarnation. If that's one thing with my little bubble of a planet, whatever happens out in space is awesome. I'll probably never make it there, but with my bubble, I believe that I don't think our spirit, or maybe my spirit gets dissipated, and the good things about me just go into the trees, and then they eat the nuts, and then you know what I mean. Like it's all circle of life.
Squirrel.
Like for this, I believe in Mother Earth above all. Like this girl is real.
Yes.
This girl I can touch. I can see, breathe. I can burn. I can soak. Like whatever. That's real to me. So, but it's not a real spiritual like guidance counselor, if you must. Like I don't have anything that these are all. I just know what's right and what's wrong, and I'm gonna abide by those rules. And just I believe in living life at its fullest. Still, like. I want to believe in faith, but I need concrete things. I'm not going to read a book and then cross my fingers. I'm sorry. But anybody that does that, no offense.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that's how I think. But I respect everybody in their religions, and I wish I could be on them with them because that would give me something. I know because it looks like they feel so good, like God's entered their heart. Well, give me some of that. Yeah,
it's positive. Yeah, for sure. Well, yeah, it's just interesting because I know that in I didn't know this until recently, but I guess in AA, they have you have to believe in a higher power of some sort is what they tell you. Like listen, if you're going to keep going with this program, you need to understand that there is a higher power. You can call it God, you can call it whatever you want, but you need to understand there is something else guiding you. So I just thought that was interesting with the sobriety and whatnot. I just wanted to touch up on that, the spiritual aspect.
That's what they were saying. Like the last show that I ever played with, or the last time I was with the Mice and Men, I don't think a lot of people know this story, but this was the day that the devil got a hold of me.
Really?
I basically was just suicidal. Like something was. I was so depressed, dude. I was just an alcoholic, hungover, fucking unhealthy. Back was on another fucking level, just in pain, just hating life, and I was just had enough. So I called this hotline, blah 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 blah, and somehow they figured out. I was just telling them, I just want to talk to somebody. I don't need nothing. I just want, maybe you can lead me into something or direct me somewhere, They thought it was necessary to figure out where I was at and send the cops over.
Of course.
Fucking cops are there. I'm still cool. I'm not doing anything like,
Yeah.
Austin rolls out, he doesn't know what's going on. So instantly, he's just trying to play big bro or whatever. I think I'm actually a few days older than him, yeah. He's just trying to play good bro.
Yeah.
And he's like, what the fuck? Before you know it, he's arrested in the car. And I'm like, oh my God, I fucked up. Like, I already got Austin arrested. Like, all I was trying to do was call because I was depressed, and they ended up asking me a question, and I didn't realize how important the significance of this question when they asked me. And he's like, well, are you trying to kill yourself? I'm like, no, I just wanted to talk to somebody. And they're like, well, if you were trying to kill yourself, how would you do it? And I'm like, I don't know. Like, there's a fucking building right there. I guess I would jump off it. And I guess that was a red flag. And then they took me in. So they took me to the psych ward, and I was there for like 72 hours or whatever.
Wow.
Got out. My phone was broken. It's like, fuck. I had to go to a mall, and then I get in contact with them, and then, I ended up getting sent home. So I forget why I was even talking about that.
We were just talking about depression and whatnot. I believe that's how we got there.
I don't even know. I think I just went on a tangent.
Well, I mean, that's an interesting story though, because I don't know how we were talking about that actually. Well, in general, so was that the only time that's ever happened where you've called the hotline and whatnot? I mean,
yeah.
So that was
that was one of the times. Well, dude, I mean, I was really bad. I was trying. I was going to these circular, like, I'd get sick and then I'd throw up for 2 days, barely be on stage playing. Like, I mean, I'd do my parts, but I'd just be so fucking sick and I'd be alcohol poisoned, and it was just mentally draining me. And, the party at that time in a Mice and Men's bus never stopped. So it was just constant, and if you can't beat them, join them. And I'm not saying that they weren't doing anything wrong. It was just like they were dealing with somebody so delicate like myself. And to ask them to fucking all adjust their lives just for one person's fucking, which they thought was a pussy ass fucking back pain and depression problems, they didn't really understand the significance.
Yeah.
So I couldn't ask them to do that, so I had to leave.
Yeah.
I think we were talking about me departing or the whole.
Well, yeah. I mean, that leads into to what I wanted to talk about was because a lot of times, I mean, in your video that you made, departing from the band, you talk about your back problem, anxiety, depression, and but then fans see, like, at least for me at the time, I was like, but he's starting another band, so I was like, what? Well, what's the issue? So, I mean, can you talk about, were there other reasons? Was it just, hey, I couldn't confide in these guys with the problem I have? Maybe my friends from back home can, or what were the other reasons?
Well, if you want me to be like straight up, and this isn't really like throwing anybody under the bus, but I mean, from my perspective, after that all went down and I called him up out at the hospital and I'm like, yo, I'm really sorry, guys. I was just having a bad night. I feel better now. They're like, dude, we're sending you home.
Yeah.
I'm like, fuck, dude, seriously? I'm like, all right, dude. I mean, all that did was increase my anxiety. I went home and they were all mad at me and they were still on tour. And Austin was fucking sending me some pretty hurtful texts, blaming me for shit, blah, blah, blah. He was upset, you know, blah. It wasn't, for me though, like I healed. I stopped drinking and stuff that whole time.
Yeah.
That I didn't see him, and they ended up going on tour with As I Lay Dying or something. And you know, they're like, yeah, do you wanna meet up for lunch so we can talk about everything that went down? And I'm like, of course, let's meet at 3. So I get there like half an hour early. I'm thinking I have to be early, you know, I don't want to be late. Like, I need to talk to them. I'm very scared. At that time, too, I was thinking, well, I'm always trying to think of the future. So just in case this happens, I want to start another band anyways. I'm going to do music. I just want to do it more laid back. I don't even know if I want to be in this band anymore. I don't know if I can hack it being in this band. I don't want to let them down. Mm-hmm. Like, there was a lot of things. So I walk into the restaurant. Mind you, I'm like, I don't know, I was probably like 15 minutes before I needed to walk in there. But I got there half an hour early. So I walked in 15 minutes early. They're just finishing up.
Oh.
And they have a fucking, like, they're sitting in like this, and then there's like a chair right here, and I go to sit, and I'm like, oh great, dude, I'm on fucking trial, right?
Yeah.
So I sit down there like, how you doing? I'm like, I'm doing good. I'm not, mind you, I was fucking like, I was ready to cry because it was so much anxiety. Like,
yeah,
you know, I last time I saw him, I was getting taken away by a cop car going to a psych ward.
Yeah.
You know, so, you know but that then in there in itself, I just. You know, they had their talk. It's got a little hairy. I'm like, I just don't know what you guys want me to say. You know, it's either I'm drinking or I'm not drinking. I'm not drinking. They're like, well, we want you to be positive and happy. I'm like, all I can do is try. Like, I can't tell you, you know, the issue that I have, they didn't understand because they don't go through what I go through.
Yeah.
You know, but I think it was right then and there I decided, I was like, I'm not going to do this anymore. So when Tino called me up and he was like, yo, so what were you thinking? And I was like, I'm gonna have to decline, dude. I don't think it's a good idea. Like, I don't feel welcome anymore. I feel like I'd be walking on eggshells. And like, he's like, I don't mean to sound like a dick, dude, but I'm kind of glad you said that. And I'm all, thanks, dude. He's all, no, not like that, but just like, you know, I think what he meant, but he didn't know how to say. Yeah, was like, it would be better for me because I'm just a little too broken right now. Yeah, I just didn't know how to say that, you know. So, yeah, you know that. I mean. I was mad for quite a bit, and I was just jealous. You know, there was a lot of jealousy, and just I don't know. It's crazy how much. But then again, you turn around, dude, and that was like 8 years ago now. I'm like, what the fuck, dude? Literally feels like 2 years ago, maybe.
Well, why did Austin reach out regarding that song that you wrote on Nexus? What was the significance of that?
I don't know. I think he just really liked it. I mean, Austin, from my understandings, he loves me as a vocalist. Like, I'm one of his favorite singers ever. So, like, everything I do, he's just so curious. And even if he says he hates me, he still wants to listen to it, you know?
Yeah. It's like...
or when he does hate me, excuse me.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and I think that was just his way. And he was also, I think he was just wanting to talk to me or something and tell me what was going on in his life. He was talking about flying me out to... I was supposed to fly out to wherever the fuck he's at.
Costa Rica?
Yeah. But then he just went MIA. I don't know what's going on with him anymore, to be honest. Like, I haven't talked to him in like quite a few months. And last I heard was he was kind of upset that I was kind of like, dude, what's going on? Like, you hit me up and you go MIA. Like, do you want me to come hang out with you? Do you want me back in your life? What's going on? At least tell me. I want you back in my life, but I have a lot of shit going on. And I'm mentally, like, can't deal with you right now. Well, then just tell me. Yeah. Don't just hit me up and leave me hanging all the time, because he does that. And it's just like, well, because for me, I take that as like, oh, hell yeah, I'm getting my friend back. You know, like, but it's just a letdown every time. So I mean, I guess what I'm saying, Austin, if you're looking at this, is either talk to me or don't.
Or don't. It's so funny. Yeah, I mean... There was like a controversy or something with him recently, and he was just like, "Oh, sorry, I didn't know. I was in like the jungle of Costa Rica." So I'm sure he's just going MIA always. With it seems like he's just unplugging from the world, which is, you know, I'm sure in time he'll come back or whatever. I don't. Does he have family in Costa Rica? Why is he there?
I guess his dad's out there.
Okay.
I don't know. Speaking of which is a good huge shout out, thanks to his pops, Papa Carlisle, dude. There was a time when I was trying to get over my alcoholic thing, and Austin was, you know, he was pretty supportive when he was in the band, and then we kicked him out.
Yeah.
And then we got that thing that was sang for us for a while there. I'm just kidding. But when he came back, in the meantime, when Jerry was filling in or whatever, that was when I injured my back. So when he came back, and I was full blown like wrecked kid, just dark and
he's like, "What happened?
What did I should have never left you, Shay." I'm like,
Yeah.
well, fuck. Well, he was dealing with his own shit too. Like, dude, me and him did not have a pleasant few years in that band of just trying to figure out who the fuck we were with all these like distractions, and depressions and like him, like that kid's gone through a lot, man. Yeah, I don't think people give him enough credit for how much that motherfucker's been through. I think they just see what they want to see and they hear what they want to hear. And but ultimately, dude, I know he has a good heart, but I know he can also be a fucking asshole, careless dickhead.
I think we all can. I think we all.
You know
can.
what I mean? He's just a human being that has
exactly
dealt with bad hand, and he's trying to deal with it his own way. So like, you know, I always try to see, like we were talking, I try to look at both ends of the spectrum and really so I don't hate somebody. I don't want to hate anybody. Yeah. But if you're fucked on both ends, like fuck off. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think that his condition alone is something that I couldn't go through mentally. Like, even though it's a physical thing, I mentally don't know if I could go through that.
It's inspiring too, even for me. Like, I mean, he's inspired me in a lot of ways too. Like, with somebody that can lose his mom at such a delicate age, prime, like teen age. Yep. And then have this heart condition that his mom had and defy that multiple times and still continue. And then you go, and then I'm bitching about my back hurts. Like, it's like, it makes you go like, I mean, thus, you know, my back pain is so severe sometimes where it literally consumes every thought. You know, I'm a walking like pain. I'm in pain all the time and I can't take meds for it. I need to be sober. I stretch, I try. It's the surgery. I don't know what the fuck. I'm fucked, you know? Like, but you know, when you look at him, you really puts things into perspective and you kind of change your thought process and get over things a little quicker. I mean, like, well, fuck, dude, he's still doing it. You know? Like, I give him mad props. Yeah. Well, transitioning, just a little talking about lyrics a little bit. What are some things, some topics that you had control over in Of Mice and Men? And then also let's talk about what are some lyrical topics that you are diving deep in with this new content for Dayshell? With Of Mice, it was like what was I writing about back then? Yeah, like did you have a lot of control over that? Or I think primarily a lot of times I would be helping out Austin or giving him guidance. I would write my melodies before he wrote his melodies, so he'd bank off of what I was saying. Okay. Or we come to agreements and we go, what do you want to write the song about? Like that was what's fun with me and Austin. It was cool to see who comes up with what. You know, so yeah, it was basically we'd either come up with a topic or I'd feel something or something would happen to me and I'd be like, yo, so this kind of happened. You probably had something similar happen to you, right? All right, we'll just connect it. Well, one thing I want to talk about too is Mice was kind of almost ambiguously a Christian, not like a Christian band, but there were Christian lyrics because Austin was still, he wasn't as dedicated as he is now, but I mean, like he had songs about Jesus, talking about like read the writing in red and whatnot. Did that ever like kind of like, come on, Austin, like I don't want to be put onto that standard as a Christian, or how did that go? That word Christian never fucking flowed through our band when I was in the band. That's all I know. I never heard the word. I knew that he was a Christian. But I definitely 100% knew that we were not a Christian. A Christian. Yeah. Okay. I definitely wasn't. So when he were like writing about like Jesus undertones, were you kind of like, hey, can't relate, dude? Like you can take this song and no, not at all. Okay. I'm not like that, you know. Especially in that band, like I knew what I was getting myself into, so I knew it was a collaborative idea. Now, if I'm writing my own thing and then I have somebody come in to try to write his parts, and you know, but I don't know. I don't really see anything. If he said anything, he says like he refers kind of religiously for some things, but that's okay. Yeah, I talk about religious things in Nexus. There's a couple songs that are all about Jesus and all that shit. That really, like, because like I said, I want to be a believer, but There's a song that just talks about if you're real, all my doubts. It doesn't mean fuck you and fuck your God.
Yeah.
The things that I say in my song, it doesn't mean that. It's just a feeling that I feel and how angry I am, and I'm screaming for a sign. Like give me something concrete. Then like that's my way of trying to communicate with him.
Yeah.
If he's real, then he's gonna fucking hear it because it's gonna be on people's iPhones and shit.
God, let me see what's going on this person's iPhone. All right.
I'll answer his prayers finally.
So lyrical content with the new Dayshell stuff. Can you talk about that a little bit, or even past Dayshell albums? What kind of lyrical themes do you like touching on?
Well, of course, like life. All of my life, like situations that I've been in, and heartbreak. Dad. I haven't, like I said, I never really had the best cup of tea in life. Like, not saying my life was hideous, but it definitely, a lot of things in my life made my life a lot more difficult to grow up, more like raised. It's almost like when a dog gets abused, they're never gonna be the same.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that. It kind of like how it made my life, but I don't know, dude. Like, if I'm right now, what I'm writing about, it's just like, I really, 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 really want to write positive things over sad music.
Yeah.
And I want to write sad things over positive music. And I think a lot of people are taking advantage and playing victim.
Yeah.
And fucking it up for the real fucking victims, and ultimately fucking and corrupting other people's lives just for attention. And it literally makes my fucking stomach turn inside out, and it makes me so mad and not want to deal with the world at all, because it is so disgusting. I'm talking even some of my fans, dude, like they will scare me. Like, I'll go on their page and just try to be nice and follow them, and I'm gonna go, oh my God, no fucking way, dude. Those crazy activist people and stuff that are just too much. Like, I don't know.
It's a lot of not only just I'm victim, but just a lot of attacking as well. Like
attacking with the knowledge of no repercussions.
Yeah,
that's why people are doing it. I can say whatever I want.
Because it's a moral high
I can
ground.
Stir up everybody's life and do this all online, and then false accusations. Well, nothing happened. Yeah. So now you fucked. It's like, dude, I've been seeing a lot of shit, and I'm just like, I don't know. This world's just so weird, dude, and I just don't like it. In a sense, I just want to just write songs to help people escape. And, And, I don't really want to talk about it and be one of those bands like, fuck the media, fuck.
Yeah.
No. I mean, maybe I'll throw in a song like that, but, it's more, my music's going to escape, dude. It's for you to get back down to the fucking basics and just listen and stop fucking dealing with all that bullshit.
Yeah. What do you think of... the whole Under Oath kind of rebranding as a...
So what is the concept behind that? I'm only going off of their vague, always dark, mysterious fucking posts. I don't know any of them personally.
Yeah, well, with Under Oath, I think the big thing is that... in general, most bands, you lived throughout a time, you were in the music industry during a time where capitalizing off the name Christian was big. And now it's kind of like big to say you're not or whatever. So Under Oath, I mean, I don't think that's the reason why they did it. I think they're genuinely in different places and they understood that.
I think so too.
And they kind of understood, oh yeah, we kind of like capitalized off of that, and it made us a worse off band because we had to all uphold these standards, whatever. So they dropped the F-bomb in their first song back to kind of be yeah, fuck you, we're not Christian, So, I mean, what do you think of that kind of reclaiming their title as just a band and not, saying, oh, we're a Christian band?
I don't know the intentions behind it.
Yeah.
I don't know. And as far as I'm concerned, it was Define the Great Line and the album after that were the best for me.
Yeah.
The one with just Spencer, that one was
Disambiguation.
Cool. That one was cool. Don't get me wrong, I'm not talking shit. But from whatever I'm hearing right now, I mean, it's obviously kind of a drag not to hear Aaron sing as much. And I really do like his texture of voice. That's why I was drawn into that band. And I think a lot of fans are probably going to feel the same way.
Yeah. I do as well. Yeah, I love them.
I don't know. Like I said, I don't know them personally, and I don't know what their stance is on where they're going for. But it's almost like that song was it's almost like they psyched themselves out to be something, to make sure that they were going to be something different, and we can cuss. And it's like, no. We just love Under Oath. That's all we love. Is you guys. As long as you're in a room making music. You don't have to prove to everybody that you're not. We know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
that's where I kind of stand. But or you know, like I don't know, like I don't. The song's all right. You know, it's like,
Yeah. The first song was really, really good. Second song was a little more like Sleepwave, which was. Did you ever listen to Sleepwave? Spencer's band after Under Oath, which was a little more like I don't know, like not grunge at all, but like more like Deftonesy, I guess. In general.
Yeah, I mean he's a huge
Industrial.
Deftones fan.
Yeah.
You can tell. Yeah, I don't know, dude. Like, I mean, I wish them the best of luck, and it's cool that they're back together. And I've never got to see them live, so.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, they're a great live show. Seriously, especially with when they play those old jams, it's like.
Yeah, I'll go nuts, dude.
Amazing. It's one of the best things to see.
So cool.
Yeah,
They're
were
my
on
favorite post or whatever.
post hardcore. Yeah.
They're my favorite band. Like that's why I'm when you ask me questions like that, I actually care. I'm not like putting them down. I care.
Yeah.
I really, really, really like this band. They literally defined the great line for me when it comes to metalcore or whatever the fuck, post hardcore. Like they really did. They defined that for me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they were the big thing before Of Mice and Men. The last big thing before Of Mice and Men took the reins, I feel
You
like.
think Of Mice and Men took those reins? People
I
compare that
so.
to me, but I say 100% not. The only thing that was... our music sucked, dude. The music sucks. Don't even try to even fucking convince anybody. The first album's music at least sucks. Even when you listen to the second album and you hear these fucking generic ass breakdowns come out of nowhere that I wrote because I was told to write that way, by the way. I was trying to conform. I'm not saying if I had it my way, that wouldn't exist, but I was conforming to Frost and a Scream, but I don't know, comparing that to the thought process of how Under Oath went about heavy was just sludged down, just fucking just ape shit. You know, like us, we were like, let's just do a halftime, weird kick pattern.
Well, okay. Yeah, maybe the musicianship wasn't as crazy.
Vocally took us to that. I know what you're saying, though, but like it's comparable because we're that dual singer band.
Yeah.
And vocally just two strong vocalists.
Yes, exactly.
Very strong.
Yeah, and that's like we were talking about earlier. Like that's like that tweet I said was like I think the strongest duo to this day, either you and Austin or Spencer and Aaron. They're like. To me, that's like where the bar is set, and I mean, but that brings up a good point though, in the sense of like we were also talking about this earlier. We had a good conversation before this podcast.
Nice burrito.
Yeah, over a nice burrito at what's the name of the restaurant? Well, they're very good. The only Mexican,
Ponchos or something.
Yeah, the only Mexican spot in Idyllwild. So check them out. But yeah, it's just interesting because you have. I was talking to people, they have these like memes that are online right now of like, if you could only choose 2 albums out of this list, what would it be? And like one of them had Seos and Self-Titled on it. And I was like, oh, 100% Seos and Self-Titled, like not even a question. I'm like done. This makes my job easy. And Define the Great Line was on there. And I think I chose another album that wasn't Define the Great Line just because I don't think Define the Great Line was
Chasing Safety.
Oh yeah, it was. I think it was Only Chasing Safety instead of Define the Great Line because I think Define the Great Line is actually better than their Only Chasing Safety in my opinion because I loved Riding on the Walls a lot and Young and Aspiring. Like I thought those were 2 really solid tracks. And whereas what's the other one called? They're Only Chasing Safety. It's like Young and Aspiring and
it's more poppy.
Yeah, it's more poppy and. I don't know. People were in the comments of like on my Facebook. People were saying like, you know what, you're pretty much right though. Like Seosin's album aged a lot better than Under Oath's albums did, and I think that's a good point because yes, those were bops. Like Under Oath wrote hits back then, but like, do I go and listen to their Only Chasing Safety and Define the Great Line like once a week like I do with Seos and Self-Titled? No. And I don't think you do either. I don't think many people do.
I used to.
Really?
I owned them.
Yeah.
I don't own them anymore. So I just listen to all my own music that I'm writing.
Yeah, you're just a narcissist, a full-time narcissist now.
Yeah.
But I mean, I just think that's a funny point is that like a lot of these metalcore bands, they don't age super well. It's like, yeah, you get into this little thing of nostalgia and you're like, hell yeah, okay, yeah, I fucked with this when I was younger. But as for like bands that have like timeless and their records like still hold up to as good as they are now as they were back then, that's a very hard thing to do. That's a very, very hard thing to do.
Yeah, and you don't know until the time goes by.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
you gotta wait 10 years and then listen to it.
Exactly. There's no way. And like I think certain metalcore bands would say like, oh, I wrote a timeless album, and like I know like Issues, the band Issues, they were talking about for their last release. They're like, we want to write an album that's timeless. We want to write like a record that stands the weight of time, and I just think that's very, very difficult. That's
a very bold statement. I don't know if they said that they
did. They didn't say they did. No,
okay.
No. They said they want to. They're like, in the writing process right now, we're trying to write a timeless record.
Well, that's the same. I mean, that's how I write, especially now. Like, I feel like, third one's a charm. And now that I don't have any of these, anybody to answer to, it's all on me, and it's very scary. But it's all like, I'm trying to write songs that are just not only a good song, but the song that when you come back to it, you're like, fuck, I forgot about this song.
Yeah, it's interesting. And like people like I don't know. I don't know if Hybrid Theory would be considered timeless, but I think it's timeless.
That's the only album I own.
Really?
Like actual record
album? It's so good.
I bought it in Australia.
Really?
At a record store that was right next to our hotel when we played Soundwave, and I was like,
so nice.
Well, I was gonna get White Pony from the Deftones.
Okay, yeah.
And I was like, I'll get it later. So I leave, and I come back, and motherfucking somebody bought it. And I was like, well, I actually enjoy Hybrid Theory from front to back, but more than I like White Pony. But Deftones is my favorite band. I'm like, well, at least this record, I can actually listen to it front to back.
Yeah. Hybrid Theory, I mean, and not only just like being timeless, but like in the sense of like if that were to drop today, I think it'd be like insane. Yeah. Still. Like they were just so ahead of their time. I just can't wrap my head around it. Like I think they had a
so
time
many
machine.
people talk shit on them and stuff. I'm like, no,
no, you can't.
All they did is take everything that everybody wanted to hear and do the exact ingredients you needed and made a fucking band.
Yeah,
and it kicked fucking out. Dude, paper cuts all the way, dude.
Yeah, I mean that entire record is insane. Like there's not a single song on there that I'm like, no, I could skip this. It's like they all get me pumped. Like my blood like rushes when I hear that album. Like any track, I'm just like, fuck yeah. But anyways, well, we pretty much touched on everything. Unless you want to talk a little more about the new Dayshell album, what's different about it than previous releases? What do you think? Is there anything more you want to add to what people will come to know as the new Dayshell record?
I don't know. It's just like, well, like I was saying earlier on, like everyone's gonna be with me on this journey. I'm gonna be streaming it. We're going to be doing it. It's going to be a really good investment. I'm going to set up a campaign where we make this like almost revolutionary moment in, the rock industry or independent nobody band like ourselves, basically, and trying to capitalize on the media aspect of it and always having visuals and taking our time through each song. So they're going to be able to see that and witness that on their computers, like watching me work hard. And they're watching if they choose to invest and help us out with like, mixing, because we're going to need money. Like we can record it probably without any money.
Yeah.
Get most of the recording. But when it comes to mixing, I don't really trust all of us yet.
Yeah.
So we're going to need some of that. So, I think it'd just be really cool to see a band work as hard as I do and actually them get to see it and watch it come together. Now, I'm not going to say I'm going to stream every time I do all my vocals, but I mean, they're going to see a lot of the prime of the songs being made right before their eyes. And I think that's cool. I mean, if somebody was my favorite musician and they were doing that and I got to be in with a click like that and watch him create, that would be the most awesome thing I've ever fucking experienced in my life. Yeah. Nobody does it.
Yeah.
So, trying to capitalize on live streaming and just writing hits, and rather than an album, let's just write hits all year. It's gonna take a year to cycle this album anyways, right?
Yep.
So why not write hits?
Yep.
All year while we're fucking touring and doing it. Like I'm not saying they're all gonna be hits, but we're gonna try to keep that in mind.
Yeah.
Because I don't fuck around no more.
So where are you gonna be on Twitch, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna do the Twitch thingy and see if we can get as many viewers as possible and maybe some donations. But I also wanted like set up something for like, I don't know yet. Like we're still so early and we just got new management. Shout out Sinjin. We're still early in the process and I don't want to jump any guns. Like like I was saying, like where I don't want to go, hey guys, come to our Patreon or come to this. We don't know, and we don't even know how much money we want to ask for or if we're going to ask for money.
Yeah.
All I know is it's going to happen. Yeah. I just have to work out the few details, and we need to get I want to have a song recorded and released, and it all figured out before the public even knows about like the primary, like they'll hear about this, I guess, watching this, but like before I drop any official things like investments or anything, like, hey, help us out, you know, like, no, I want a fucking video and a song, so you know what you're getting yourself fucking into. And if you want to support that, let's go, you know. And don't cross your fingers and hope it goes to a good cause. You're going to see the cause right away, before your eyes. By the way, we already got the second song ready to go. It's going to be released in a month. You know, hop on board. You know, we're going to try our best. You know, I think the more you include your fans, the more happy they are with their investment, of course. I think just the more original it feels for them and special. So I really hope people see eye to eye with me on that and how special. And for me, coming from somebody like me that doesn't want to, like, preferably doesn't want to stream or do any social media, it's taken a lot out of me, but I know that's for the better good, and I love my fans, and I appreciate them. So I just want them to come join me, dude.
Yeah, that's awesome. And that is an interesting topic because a band I know that's doing that really well is Silent Planet. I don't know if you've checked them out, but they are, like, I guess Under Oath-esque, but they are a Christian, not a Christian band, but they have Christian. Their vocalist is Christian completely, and his name's Garrett, and he just loves interacting with his fans a lot. And like he'll like literally tweet like, "Hey, we're gonna go to this diner right now. Come eat with us." And whoever's in that city is gonna see that tweet, and they're gonna go and have dinner with their favorite band for no cost at all. It's just him wanting to commune with them. And I've never seen a community so in love and connected with the band. So I think it's awesome. I think that's a great point, that community is a huge aspect. And
I mean, it's the age of everybody needs to see you wipe your ass, so you might as well capitalize on it. Because back in the day, mystery was so much. There's so much bliss in that. Like, I love it. Even today, I mean, if you asked me, I'd rather not know my fucking favorite lead singers, my favorite singer's favorite fucking color is. Like, I don't give a fuck. I like the mystery. I liked always just building my own perception in my head of who that guy is. It was so, and then when you did get to see him, and it was the anticipation of just like, you know, but now it's like, you walk up to somebody and they're like, oh, so how was your burger? And I'm like, oh, you saw my story on my private account? Yeah. I'm like, I guess I followed you. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, you know what I mean? Like, but you gotta. That's this day and age, and you gotta conform if you want to be successful. I don't like it, but if they can see that I'm doing something that I don't want to do, and or not doing something for them, like hopefully they'll, you know, appreciate me more.
Yeah, for sure. And yeah, I mean, that's also an interesting topic, is the fact that, you know, so many, I mean, yeah, that used to be the music industry is this elusive, you know, their meet and greets weren't as common back in 2005, never. You know, like I joke with the Atreyu guys all the time, because, you know, I never got to meet them until I basically toured with them. Like I didn't get to know them at all. Like I was like, they're the first band I listened to as like a heavy music fan. Like I was like, oh my gosh, this band is
because they were right before that. The social media. So you just saw the music video, a few fucking videos of them on Warped Tour,
and magazine
covers, and you had to just build it all in your head, and that's how it should be. And that was exciting.
It was.
It's also exciting to know when your favorite lead singer wipes his ass, but I mean,
it was crazy because like I don't know, like being like younger. Because I went with them for like a couple weeks on Warped, and it was crazy because when I was a kid and I was literally like 12 or 13, like taking like Google Images pictures and printing them out and pasting them on my wall of them. I would love every single Atreyu photo I could possibly find. And then like to be the one taking the Atreyu photos, showing their image, seeing, you know, Dan Jacobs wrap his guitar, like, you know, his infamous like green and white electric tape guitar. I'm like, this is probably the coolest thing, like full circle, that could possibly happen in my life. Like other than going on tour with Seosin, which would be sick too. But Atreyu was like my first love. So it was insane.
That's awesome.
But the elusive aspect, I mean, you're so right. Like it was cooler. It was like the wait was that much sweeter.
Yeah. It was just like the anticipation, just the mystery builds this infatuation almost for like, for your fans to want to know more, but only can get little specs, and then eventually you give it to them in a documentary or something, and they're like, oh my god. You know, but it's also covering our ass. The more fucking mystery. You guys don't know how I am. I can be like, I could just make myself to look like Terminator. Little do you guys know, I'm just a nerd in the closet, you know?
Playing World of Warcraft.
Yeah, like, you know, I guess it just, yeah, this day and age, people just want to feel like they're your best friend, but for some people like myself, it gets a little hard because I'm very keep to myself.
Yeah.
It's like, do I have to? Can I just play my show and just go to bed?
Yeah.
Do I have to hang out with everybody right now? Like, I am human. No, I'm just kidding.
You're made in the wrong generation.
Yeah, I know,
Should've-
dude.
should've been
I'm
with
like
the
10
Atreyu.
years too late.
Yeah, 10
I
years
think
too
that's
late.
if I was born, who knows, dude? I would have been with like on stage with Deftones, dude. I no doubt in my mind I would still be successful.
Yeah.
Probably if not more.
Yeah.
Stand on stage with Brandon Boyd and just
Yeah, dude. That's hilarious, man. So, well, anyways, just wrapping that up, I really want to thank you for having me on the podcast. For coming on the podcast,
Yeah,
I guess.
having me on your podcast.
I mean, you're kind of having me because I'm in your kitchen, but this was really fun to just talk about old stuff, present stuff, future stuff, and I really hope fans just really go and check out the new stuff and follow you on Twitch. Make sure to follow you on social media and be plugged in with all that. Do you want to drop your handles real quick?
Yeah, you know me, guys. It's Shayley Bourget, or Shayley Dayshell Bourget on Instagram, Shayley Bourget on Twitter, Shayley Bourget on Facebook, Shayley Dayshell on Twitch. And if you want to game with me on PlayStation, Shayley Dayshell again, all caps.
Awesome. Well, yeah, thank you so much for having me, man. Appreciate
Thanks,
it.
dude. Give me some knocks.
All right, man. Cayem interview signing out.